Hello YouTubers, RogueMonkeyJr here, and as you may have been able to tell by the title, today's video is going to talk about how Conquest in Battlefield 5 is rigged. So, first and foremost, the point system in Battlefield 5 for Conquest went back to the way it was in Battlefield 4 and not in Battlefield 1. So the majority flag holder makes the enemy bleed tickets as opposed to just losing tickets progressively or gaining tickets in the case of Battlefield 1 throughout the round, and the team that had the most flags would just gain tickets faster. So in Battlefield 5, that is how the Conquest ticket system works. However, there is a handicap system, much like maybe the Behemoth in Battlefield 1. Now, I don't know if you've had a very insane number of really close games in Battlefield 5 Conquest, like always maybe under 10 tickets to 0. That's probably about 90% of my Conquest games so far in Battlefield 5, and there has been some reports saying that there is a handicap for the losing team past a certain ticket deficit threshold. So I tested it out a few times, and it seems to be, give or take, maybe 50 tickets. It is quite hard to test out because there is no RSP program, so I had to test it out in live servers, but it seems to be, give or take, 50 tickets. So if there's a 50 ticket deficit, the enemy team, so the losing team, starts capping flags at an insanely fast rate. And I even recorded it with a little timer to show all of you just how fast the flag cap is when you're on the losing team, and how you just run flags like a chicken with no head, while the winning team has to wait there forever to cap a flag. So in this instance right here, I recorded a flag cap at the beginning of a round, so from neutral to my team's possession. So with a total of 6 other teammates plus myself getting on the flag eventually, it took us a total of about 19 seconds to bring it from neutral to capped, so in our possession. And in this instance right here, we were losing by give or take 50 tickets. It took me, plus 3 teammates who eventually got on the flag, a total of 17 seconds to go from enemy possession to neutral to full capped. So it took us less time with 4 people to get a flag from enemy possession to our possession than 7 teammates to get a flag from neutral to our possession. It took 2 seconds less. So there is a serious handicap, and the games are just rigged to make everything seem closer. It doesn't reflect the real or true outcome of how the game should have been. Now, it may make you feel better, like, oh, I'm always playing these really close games, and it may even make people perform a little bit better by acting like some sort of placebo, but the Conquest games in Battlefield 5 are definitely rigged. I mean, I've shown proof right here, but I don't agree with this. I don't feel like it reflects the actual game of how it should have went if both teams capped flags at the same rate. And of course, it can affect the amount of points you score, because the longer you stay on the flag, usually the more points you will accumulate until the flag is capped. So if you're on the losing team, you're only spending about 17 seconds on an enemy flag until it's full capped, and when you're on the winning team, you spend maybe 19 seconds from neutral to your possession. You're going to get a lot more points that way. So it plays on a lot of different ways. Maybe right now it's a little bit too aggressive, but I would much rather not have any type of handicap. I mean, we had the Behemoth in Battlefield 1, and now we have this ultra fast capping for the losing team, just to make the game seem much closer than they actually would be if there was no handicap for the losing team. And a 50 ticket deficit is very little for the enemy team to get an actual handicap. I mean, I've had games in Battlefield 4 where my team had a 300 ticket deficit, and we still managed to come back just by having better tactics and better coordination, or just simply being a better player on the battlefield than maybe the team who was winning. And then you join a losing team, and then all of a sudden then you can turn the game around, and it actually feels good, as opposed to having this handicap in which you don't really know if you're doing better, but you know the games are close, so everybody kind of wins. I don't know. I'm really on the fence about this mechanic that they have in Battlefield 5. I would rather there be none of it and just have the Conquest games and the balancer, more importantly, work as intended. So have balanced teams, you know, skill-based matchmaking and stuff like that, and not have teams that are completely one-sided, which is the reason why they probably implemented this. Because you can still be on the losing team and the winning team has these awesome players, but the game is still very close. So as I said, it doesn't reflect how the game would have played out if it had been without a handicap to the losing team. So I know I rambled on a little bit for this video. I didn't really make a script or anything, but I did want to show how it actually worked and how much of a difference it did make. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you enjoy the system, if you like the close games, if you would rather not be in the game, and if you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, as I try to release Battlefield and other first-person shooter-related content pretty much every day. And as always, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.